Very good morning, class. This lecture is about cloud orchestration and load balancing, and the code is TCS 750. Myself, Dr. Sachin Sharma. We are discussing Unit 4, the heat orchestration service. The MapReduce programming model. MapReduce programming model determine if the problem is parallelizable or solvable using MapReduce. Design and implement solution as mapper classes and reducer classes. This model compiles the source code with Hadoop core. This model packages the code as jar executable. Also, it configures the application job as to the number of mappers and reducers task, input and output streams. The model load the data or use it on previously available data. It launch the job and monitor, and it also help to study the result. MapReduce characteristics are it has very large scale data in petabyte or exabyte. It write once and read many times, which is allow for parallelism without mutexes. Map and reduce are the main operations, simple code, and there are other supporting operations such as combine and partition. All the maps should be completed before reduce operation starts. Map and reduce operations are typically performed by the same physical processor. Number of map tasks and reduce tasks are configurable. Operations are provisioned near the data. Commodity hardware and storage. Runtime takes care of splitting and moving data for operations. A spatial distributed file system such as Hadoop distributed file system and Hadoop runtime. So these are the characteristics of MapReduce. The classes of problems MapReducible. They are benchmark for comparing such as Jim's Gray's challenges on data intensive computing. For example, sort. And the Google uses it for word count, AdWords, PagerRank, indexing data. And simple algorithms such as grep, text indexing or reverse indexing. Bayesian classification for data mining domain. The Facebook uses it for various operations such as demographics, and financial service use it for analytics. So now you can actually think that how this map reduce is very useful for almost every sector. The astronomy, Gaussian analysis for locating extraterrestrial objects, which helps to do the right prediction. And it is expected to play a critical role in semantic web and Web 3.0. So these are the classes of the problems where MapReduce is helpful. Hadoop. Why this Hadoop is required and what is the specific configuration in this, and that's why it's in more demand in the industry, as every organization is dealing with big data. At Google, MapReduce operation are run on a specific file system which is called Google File System GFS, and that is highly optimized for this purpose. GFS is not an open source, but Doug Cutting and Yahoo reverse engineered the GFS and called it Hadoop Distributed File System. The software framework that support HDFS, MapReduce, and other related entities, it is called the Project Hadoop or simply Hadoop. And this is an open source and distributed by Apache. You can think about if there is a small bucket where the things on the small bucket, it's actually very easy to carry to from one place to another place. But now think if the bucket is big and bigger than your size and bigger than the lifter size as much as the weight. Do you think it will be easy to carry? So to do the operation on the big bucket, which has big data, the Hadoop is required. What are the basic features of HDFS? It has highly fault tolerant, high throughput. It is suitable for applications with large data sets. It has streaming access to file system data. HDFS can be built out of commodity hardware. So these are the basic features of HDFS. Highly fault tolerant, high throughput, suitable for application with large data sets, streaming access to file system data, and it can be built out of commodity hardware. This is how this HDFS looks like. HDFS client who is using an application local file system. The block size has 2K kilobytes. Local file system is connected to the application, and this application who is HDFS client is connected to the HDFS server. And the HDFS server has different components. They have master node and slave nodes. And what is the size of this block is 128 M, and which is replicated. So the master node is responsible for communicating with their slave nodes. And now you think if the data is petabyte and hexabyte, so you can think that how many number of the slave nodes. And this application HDFS client is connected not just the master node, it is also connected to the slave nodes. So this is how this HDFS Hadoop distributed file system architecture looks like. It's the another view graph of Hadoop distributed file system where you can see that the slave nodes are heartbeat of the master node. And this block map is very important where master node decide that how to handle the client query. But again, it is not dependent. The HDFS client application is not completely dependent on master node, but it is also linked with all slave nodes. A master node is a key in HDFS server which is connected with every possible available slave nodes, which helps to do the multiple process simultaneously together parallel, which reduce the search time, increase the efficiency. So that's it for the day. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.